Have you ever met someone who seems to dislike you, even though you've barely spoken to them? You're polite, you mind your own business. Maybe you've only exchanged a few words, but somehow they still give you that look. The cold tone, the short replies, the weird tension in the air. And you're left thinking, wait, what did I even do? The truth is, sometimes people dislike you for reasons that have very little to do with you. In fact, psychology suggests that people who randomly hate others often share a few common traits. The first trait is insecurity. When someone feels unsure about themselves, they can become uncomfortable around people who seem confident, calm, or simply content with their life. Even if you're not trying to show off, your presence can remind them of what they feel they're lacking. So instead of working on their own insecurities, they turn that discomfort into dislike. The second trait is constant comparison. Some people automatically compare themselves to everyone around them. Your job, your personality, your relationships, even the way people react to you. And if they feel like they're losing that imaginary competition in their head, resentment can quietly grow. You might not even realize a competition is happening, but in their mind it is. The third trait is projection. Psychologically, people often project their own feelings or traits onto others. If someone struggles with jealousy, negativity, or frustration, they may start seeing those same qualities in the people around them. So, in a strange way, the dislike they feel toward you might actually be about something inside themselves. The fourth trait is misunderstanding your personality. Sometimes people misread quiet people as arrogant, or confident people as arrogant. Actually, somehow everyone gets labeled arrogant at some point. If you're more reserved, people might think you're unfriendly. If you're outgoing, they might think you're showing off. It's funny how the same behavior can be interpreted in completely different ways. And the fifth trait is simply unresolved negativity. Some people carry stress, anger, or disappointment from other areas of their life. Work problems, personal struggles, past experiences, and without realizing it, they start directing that frustration toward people around them. You just happened to be nearby when their bad mood needed a target. But here's the important thing to remember. Not everyone who dislikes you is your enemy, and not every negative reaction means you did something wrong. Sometimes people are simply dealing with their own internal battles, and once you understand that, it becomes a lot easier to stop taking it personally. Because at the end of the day, you can't control how everyone feels about you, but you can control something much more important: how much space their opinion takes up in your mind.